Hi there. Welcome to another small ramble with me, writer and mental health advocate Tobe Allen. I'm also one half of the BARROW Podcast, the show I do with my mum where we discuss divorce, dysfunctional families and mental illness while writing a memoir together. Last time I was talking about perception, perceiving opportunity, reception to opportunity, and I was talking about this in relation to self-narrative. I was saying that my self-narrative and my perception of opportunity, my defeatism, has gotten worse, I must admit, as I've gotten older. And I have become, I am being overcome presently by negativity. And I'm really being overcome by the past. I am mired in the past, mired in negativity. And that is a direct result of what I'm doing creatively, which is the project I'm doing with Mum, the podcast we're recording, and the memoir we are writing. Now, I have to draw a line in the sand and say, this is a result of this project. And when this project ends, I can move on, live a healthier life. But it's also bringing up questions around why do it, okay? But I just first, before I get into those sorts of questions and I address those, which I might save those for next week, but being overcome by negativity, being overcome by the past, man, things can drag you down. And it's really a question of how do you fight your way out of that? And how do you shift your perception? How do you shift your self-perception? How do you change self-narrative? I don't have answers, really. But when I did the video on self-belief, self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth, I talked about this thing called resolve. And resolve is coming back to fight another day, or living to fight another day. It's being resolved to make some kind of change, being resolved to come back and tackle the issue, right? So I don't necessarily know how to beat off being overcome by negativity and the past necessarily. I mean, the easy cure would be don't record a podcast with your mother and write a memoir, because it's almost like it's like a pill for unhappiness. It's not an antidepressant, it's just a depressant. I have reasons for doing this show, creative reasons, and I am resolved to doing this project and seeing it through. But I'm not you, whoever you are. And I always knew that this came with a great deal of risk, that this project specifically was going to be a great risk to my mental health. I could have done, and I'm starting to sort of correct this now, I probably could have put some more things in place. I think I could have done a better job at staying aware of that fact. Like, hey, you're working on this thing. This is going to make you unhappy. Be aware of that. And putting in a few more breaks, like happy breaks, just making a point of something as simple as going to the movies a particular day in the week, or catching up with friends for a scheduled kind of Friday night dinner or something, something. I could have done, and I can still do, a better job of addressing that. So to sort of counterbalance and counteract the effects of the project. So that's the first thing in terms of being overcome by negativity. Being overcome by the past and feeling like you're kind of getting pulled down under, that's sort of a trickier matter. I mean, there is just this, the fact is that, if you're writing a memoir, you're just going to have to deal with the past a lot. And creatively, my life, including the past, my family, that has always been a good source of material, creative material. None of it's ever made me feel good, but it has certainly it's enriched my creative practice. And that's really at odds, and that's a difficult thing to reckon with, where it's like, this stuff makes my work better. This same stuff makes my life worse. And I think anyone who has prioritized their work over their life, and let's face it, most of us have at a certain point, you understand what I'm talking about. Like, gee, I'm making good money here, but I'm not spending much time with my kids. Trade-off. But the money's for their education, so what do? These are really difficult things to reckon with, and I'm reckoning with them at the moment. Again, this is why I call these videos small rambles. I just ramble here. I don't have answers. These are all things that I am, as I just said, these are all things that I'm just reckoning with, and yeah. Clearly I don't have any answers. I really want to be finished with the past, which is to say I really want to be finished with this project, and there is so much more to go at this point that I really probably shouldn't be putting that out there. Yikes. But, it comes back to being sensible, right? And what I just said, I need to put some things in place. I can be much firmer about counteracting and providing a counterbalance to the past and the negativity that creeps in with a project like this. And it's about being proactive around that. And, I am working on that. Like, I've picked up my exercise and diet, has been a bit of a relief. It's made me feel better. Today, when I'm recording this, I'm a little bit down. But, swings and roundabouts there. I intend to get out of the house and get some things done. So, yeah. Let me know if you have methods for, for dealing with these things, for combating not just negativity, but the past. When the past creeps in, are you overcome by your past? Have you ever done a project like this? Have you ever, what about that conflict, that tension between work improves part of my life, but it also detracts? And what did you do? Did you put anything in place? Did you just grind it out? I'd be interested to find out. So if you want to leave a comment, please do. And as always, if you've found anything I've just said interesting, then you'll definitely like the Barrow podcast. We go into all this kind of stuff. Further information and links can be found in the description to today's video, as well as my homepage to this YouTube channel. Until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you soon. Bye.